In the front, of course, we do have two muscles that also hook up and high to the clavicle here, and to the scapula. Actually, one on one side, one on the other, and it's an even split down here. It comes all the way down, and it hooks in. One hooks in down here at radius, and well, the radius, I'm sorry, is over here, and ulna. And of course, we end up with a shape like this. Now you know this muscle on the front side, and it would also fill out this side over here on the back. That muscle, of course, is the bicep. And you know there too because it's called the bicep. You find that happens quite a bit. And that muscle is pretty strong. Okay. And why would that one be strong?
Because you use it all the time.
We use that one a lot more often. Yeah, we're we're picking things up. Or maybe we're lifting weights. Most of us are drinking beer. Things like you use trapezius to open the beer, but you use the bicep to and so the open is only one minor movement in life, and then a lot of this, and so that muscle is relatively strong on most of us, and can be better developed as you go along, and that's once again how to move this arm, save us from the lions and the tigers and bears and things like that. But and those are the basic mechanical elements to get the arm to move, right there. And with the addition of the obliques and the abdominal muscles, but they have to come along for the ride as well as the gluteus. But there is, because it's so challenging to draw the back. We have a beautiful model, and to draw the back is quite a challenge. And, like, what the hell's going on back there? But now, if you sort of keep in mind, well, I've got trapezius is going to be coming up there, and I do see that diamond shape in the middle of her back, or his back, or whomever is posing for us, and how the arm hooks onto something or whatever. Then all of a sudden, with a little more practice, it starts to make a lot of sense to you. As I said, when I will draw tween a little bit, I'm going. These are words that run through the back of my mind. Oh, teres major and minor. I'm sorry. Another one. These teres major and minor hook in here, and I left them out. I'm trying to do too many things and get you through this. Little muscle, and really that's another one of the ones that helps to articulate the arm and pull it in. It hooks in strictly to the scapula, and goes in to about once again another quarter of the way right in here. It is part of filling out this form. You're going to have teres minor actually goes in low here, and teres major comes from here and goes up high and covers over the top of it. And it fills out, because one of the problems you see with the scapula, and I mentioned it a little bit ago, is this wing has a thickness to it, but you don't see much of it because all of this gets filled with muscle, and that muscle is teres major and minor. Okay, it runs in this area and goes over this side and hooks into the arm. Okay, and that's another additional element that helps us with the back side of our armpit and latissimus dorsi. So I'm saying, these are all the muscles, and I'm like, wait a minute. And these are just the overview. There's probably a bunch more little ones doing things that I don't even know about, and I don't care about, to be honest with you. These are the big ones, and these are not on the test. Okay, I've got a test for you. I told you already in school. I've got a test for you, but the muscles are not part of it. But as I said, when I'm drawing tween in a few minutes with you, what's going to be going through my mind is, oh, okay, there I see the deltoid muscle. I see where the latissimus muscle creates part of that armpit. I see where, once again, how the neck is formed and how these shapes actually exist. These are things that always are running through my mind. It never goes away. I'm always drawing skeletons, which we'll do as we go along. I'm always doing skeletal figures and then putting the shapes I understand over the top of it. The mistake I have made, the problem I have made, is sometimes I'm very guilty of drawing what I know and not necessarily looking enough at what I see. That gets me into trouble on occasion when I'm showing you how to draw on occasion. And that's back to the problem of, we know 5 fingers, and sometimes we draw the hand, and sometimes you don't see 5 fingers. Sometimes you only see 3. And then we as students sometimes, we know there are 5s there, because I did it in anatomy class. And what goes on is then you go, well, I better draw all 5, even though I don't see them. And then it looks weird. Something gets all strange and out of whack or whatever. You know, or we do the big bold outlines around things or something like that, you know, and they don't look that way. There's something wrong with that. You know, and that's back to what I'm just getting at, is sometimes we have to know these things exist, but then have to carefully examine with our eyes, what do I see? What of it do I see? And then how do I then draw it on paper in front of me? There's the big challenge, folks. There's the tough part. Okay, let's stand up, get a little circulation into our better parts, into our gluteus. And let's get some paper out. I'm going to get Tweed to pose for you a little bit. I'm bored for you. I hope I've given you some information. But that's not all I want to ram in between your ears for today. But I would like to get some drawing in, and as soon as she comes back, we will get to it. Say what? Well, she knows that it's time. She knows when I'm wrapping up the ordeal and the event, and that's good.